A press conference was held recently at the Region 5 RDC to highlight productiveness in the region. Shanice Beckles reports.
The Region 5 Regional Democratic Council on Wednesday, September 7 held a press conference to defend the council against claims of unproductiveness in the region. The conference was held at the Regional Democratic Council Boardroom, Fort Wellington, West Coast, Berbice. The Regional Executive Officer, Mr. Owen Morrison, noted that there has been a tremendous bias as it related to the administrative arm of the region. So as to refute the claims of unproductiveness in the region, all the members of the administration were asked to prepare an account of the progress of the NDCs in the region, the obstacles that the NDCs have been facing over a fraction of the 9 months period, and a vision of where the NDCs would be at the end of 2016. The Deputy Regional Executive Officer of the region, Mr. Govind Singh, in his account said,
as it relates to the NDC and the progress, the NDCs have already started to implement their budget for the year 2016. Also, there has been a lot of consultation also with residents and also with the various councils, so that the residents in the communities that the NDCs are serving will also get a better understanding of some of the works that are presently going on. For example, every single project so far that the RDC has started to do work in the NDCs, bill of quantities or scope of works were given to each council, so they at that level can inform the beneficiary of those projects, which will be the residents in those areas of works being presently taking place.
He said that there is a high level of indiscipline in the communities by residents that has been a factor of concern for the NDCs.
Persons are taking in large trucks in some of the areas there. They are dumping sand in some cases on roads, blocking off the whole road. So you will find from time vehicles have to divert using the parapet, which sometimes cause the roads in some of the areas to be damaged. Another one also we have recognized is that residents are blocking internal drains within communities, and because of that you find if there is a maybe an overnight pour of rain, there is some problem as it relates to drainage in some of the areas, especially in Bath Settlement, Blairmont, Bushlot, these areas. We are trying to enforce some of the laws, especially Chapter 2802 and 2801, so that our residents can be more disciplined as it relates to investment being made by central government directly to these communities, so that they can properly care those infrastructures and drainage network and so.
Regional Engineer of the region, Mr. Dan Paul Suka, in his account said that his department has successfully tendered, awarded and executed in their capital aspect approximately about 85% of their total budgeted projects.
Our department, or the Works Department, directly manage and monitor two programs in its entirety. That's the Agriculture and Public Works Program. Also, we oversee the execution and elaboration of all, as Ario mentioned, capital and current projects under all 5 of the regional programs. Thus far, or to date, we have managed to successfully tendered, awarded and executed in our capital aspect approximately about 85% of our total budgeted projects, with the exceptions of some minor hiccups in the health department, wherein we had to await specifications from the Ministry of Health regarding few of the budgeted projects, because of the fact that they have a standards department that design and pass on to the regions specifications for these projects. We were a bit behind in receiving those information from the ministry. However, we have managed to acquire those information, and we have put together the bill of quantities. So very shortly, the remaining projects for health capital would be tendered.
He went on to say,
with regards to our recurrent program, we have tendered, awarded, and executed or in execution of 100% of our budgeted program. The remaining monies balances that we would be having now would be savings that are being calculated from the contract sums, the difference between the contract sums and allocations and so on. So all of our current program and projects are on stream, so we have successfully managed to execute that program.
The Regional Education Officer of the region, Mr. Owen Pollard, in his account said,
the beginning of our school year 2016-2017 would have started on a high note for us. The fact remained that we had very few constraints and complaints with the opening of school last Monday. All schools would have been open on time, and we would have worked assiduously to ensure that the compounds, the furniture, and teachers would have played their part. Parents also would have played a part in the opening of the school because support was given, especially the cleaning of a number of the school compounds. Again, I call on and want to thank those PTAs and members of the public who would have given us support to ensure this was so. During the course of the holidays, we would have had a number of training sessions that would have been held in the preparation of our school. Training sessions would have targeted both head teachers, and members of the public, parents. Those parents who would have attended our training session, there were 2 days of such. We would have targeted parents of the nursery school especially, so that they can add value to the snacks that they provide for the children when going to school.
He elaborated,
there might be a few minor constraints that some schools would have experienced. A few schools may experience a limited shortage of furniture, and that was because we would have had cause to reject a number of furniture that was of pure quality that would have been submitted by some of our suppliers. These have been corrected, and before the week is ended, every school would be having sufficient furniture for the academic year. Our major constraint would be the non-support of parents in the execution of education within our school system. The schools cannot do it all, so we call upon members of the public to play their part. Education we know begins at home and not in the school. So what a child leave their home with is what they may want to practice while in school. So we call on the parent to play their role in supporting what the teachers are doing. We want to complement what happens at home. So parents must take control of the children while at home and do not leave it all for the teachers in the school. We cannot correct the faults at home, but if parents do their part, then we in the school will be able to focus on the curriculum, which is the main focus of our school.
Also present at the conference were the region's chief accountant, supervisor of the department's registry, supervisor of the stores department, admin assistant officer, among other members of the region's administrative arm. Shanice Beckles reporting for Channel 8 News.